This is a production of WKNO Memphis. Production funding for Sports Files is made possible in part by the WKNO Production Fund, the WKNO Endowment Fund, and by viewers like you. Thank you.
My guest today on Sports Files is former Memphis Prep hoop star, Arkansas Razorbacks legend, and NBA veteran Todd Day. He's the one that got away. Todd Day is not the only former Memphis City Prep hoop star to take his talents out of the Bluff City, but he certainly made a lot of noise when he decided to attend the University of Arkansas. Day was a McDonald's All-American playing for his stepfather, Ted Anderson, at Hamilton High School. After deciding on Fayetteville as his college destination, Day would go on to produce a marvelous four-year career. He was a two-time Wooden All-America, played in a Final Four, and would set numerous scoring records, including becoming Arkansas's all-time leading scorer, a record which still stands today. He also helped lead Nolan Richardson's squad to their first SEC hoop title in their first year in the league. After college, Day was taken by the Milwaukee Bucks with the 8th overall pick in the first round of the 1992 NBA draft. 15 years later, Day wrapped up a pro career that would include 8 years in the NBA, stints overseas and in the ABA, and even some time with the Harlem Globetrotters. Nowadays, Todd Day is in his 4th season as the head coach of the Memphis Academy of Health Sciences boys basketball team. It's time to dribble down memory lane with a Memphian who has come full circle. Todd Day, next on Sports Files. Todd, great to have you with us today.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being with us. All right, your 4th year as a high school basketball coach at MAHS. You're wearing your shirt today, doing a great job with that team. What's it like to be coaching now?
It's a tough gig. It's a tough gig, but I get the excitement out to see the guys develop. I think, as a coach, that's the thing you want to see, your guys develop. And for all the hard work we put in for the last 3 years, it's starting to pay off their senior year. What's
it like when a youngster in high school has a coach that's been there and done that, when you can not only talk about it, but you could show them what you've done by your history at Arkansas and obviously playing at the top level of professional basketball?
I think it helps. I have some background that they can look back on. But for the most part, our school, we weren't an athletic school, so I was kind of starting from scratch. The 9th graders that I had are now seniors, and they're starting to get it a little late, but for the talent that we have, we're doing a great job.
All right, what is your goal? You're coaching now, you like what you're doing. Would you like to coach at the college level? Would you like to be a pro coach?
Definitely. I like to be a head coach in college or pro, either one. I think I'm more adapted to kids than I am to coaching men. I just attract to them. My style is more adapted to those guys. So
the collegiate level makes more sense?
The collegiate would probably be better. A lot of restrictions and things in college may deter me to go to the NBA instead. But for right now, I like working with young men.
What do they say to you? I'm sure you've talked to folks and pursued jobs. What do they say now that you're in your 4th year coaching high school ball? Need more experience? What's their reaction?
They just be patient. They say the coaching game is kind of who you know, not what you can do. So It's kind of just stay in line, keep doing what you're doing, and when your time will come.
All right, let's go back in time. Let's reminisce here a little bit.
Okay.
You're coming out of Hamilton High School, playing for your stepfather, Ted Anderson, and put together a marvelous career. So you can go anywhere in the country. Why Arkansas? What was Memphis's pursuit like? The decision to leave town?
I think Arkansas was just more of my style of play. And I had a lot of negative things going through my head about playing at Memphis, just seeing all the guys who were projected to be pros leaving out of high school and never made it because of whatever. And, from my perspective, it was too many things to do in Memphis other than concentrating on being a college kid and play ball. And I thought that Fayetteville gave me that option where there wasn't much to do but go to class and play ball, work on your game, and I wasn't too far away from home where I couldn't get back to see my parents.
So too many distractions, so you can understand what some of these locals go through playing for Memphis, such as players today, Joe Jackson, Chris Crawford, Tark Black.
I mean, I advise, when they ask me, I always advise them not to go to Memphis. I mean, I know a lot of people hate for me to say that, but I just look out for the kid standpoint. Some people can stand the pressure, but, you know, it's a lot of pressure. You just want to be a college kid, and a lot of time, especially these days, the guys are thinking about the NBA before you've dominated in college, and that's pretty much going backwards. You have to make sure if you want to step into an arena with some grown men, you better be ready to play.
Do you feel that because you went somewhere else, you don't get your due of what you were able to accomplish here? I mean, you were a McDonald's All-American. You were a superstar and sought after by many, many schools around the country. Do you get your respect?
I think I do now once I'm finished. You know, I didn't feel like I did throughout college and probably into the pros also. But, you know, once I finish playing ball and they know that I'm here in Memphis and living here and I reside here and helping the kids around the community, you know, a lot of people recognize that.
What was your relationship like with Nolan Richardson? Oh,
great. We had a good relationship. You know, on the court was more shaky than off because I was kind of a hothead in college. But I played on the edge, I coach on the edge, and that's just, you know, my personality.
Is there something that if you could take it back, you would, something you regret from your college days?
No, not really.
You would do it the same if you had to do it over again?
Pretty much so, yeah, I would do it the same way. I think I would have more prepared myself to be a pro than I did. You know, once I tell my guys at the school that when I was coming up, going to the NBA wasn't my thing. It was just trying to get to college. I wanted to go to a big-time college and play on CBS, that kind of thing. And
you weren't looking 2 levels ahead.
Exactly.
You were looking the next
once
level.
I made it to college, you know, I really didn't know if I was a pro until I got to college. And I started, you know, playing and being around other guys. And I can remember Lee Mayberry and I going to the Goodwill games in Oklahoma City, on Norman, actually, on campus. And you know, I played against all the other guys around the country, and I was like, man, you know, I really stand out here. And that's what kind of gave me the confidence to go ahead and pursue it a little harder to try to make it to the next level.
What was the nickname? Was it Mayday?
Mayday, yeah.
You and Lee Mayberry. Why don't you believe more schools, more programs institute that 40 minutes of hell that was so successful for Nolan?
The athletes now are so much better. It's hard. You know, back then, we only had 2, maybe 3 ball handlers that could handle pressure on a team each. You know, now the centers are handling the ball, and it's kind of hard to get a guy to work that hard, you know, to prepare yourself to wear your opponent down. And watching Memphis play, I think, you know, with the athletes they have, that's the style that they should play. They should be man-to-man, full court, fast break, you know, not really run an offense. Lee Mayberry and I joke all the time. I can't remember a play from college. I don't ever remember running one. You know, we just, our defense predicated our offense, and that's how we played each and every night.
Final 4 appearance in your sophomore year, lost in the semis. The next year, he came close, lost in the Elite 8. What's the one game, the one moment you would want back if you can get it?
Oh, definitely against the University of Memphis, my senior year in Milwaukee. I came out blazing hot in the first half. I think I had like 18 or 20 points or something like that, and got in foul trouble. And, you know, Memphis had already beaten us once here in Memphis. It was kind of the Todd Day slashing is what they called it. So I was really looking forward to that game. Unfortunately, we didn't box out at the end, and David Miller tipped the shot. David Vaughn tipped the basket in, and I think that was our year to win it all. We had beaten all the teams. We had took UNLV down to the wire at home. So I thought that was our year to do it.
So it's a disappointment. You guys believe you should have won a national championship?
Oh, definitely. With the talent, we had 3 first-round draft choices and the second pick in the second round on one team. So we have potentially 4 pros, 4 first-round picks. And, you know, we felt like we came up short.
All right, you mentioned Milwaukee. The Milwaukee Bucks would take you first round, 8th overall pick in the '92 draft. So you proved to yourself at Arkansas that you are a pro player. You go in the top 10. Now you go to the NBA. What's it like for you?
Oh, it was great for me. You know, I think the one thing that I couldn't get used to was all the losing. You know, when you're a top pick, you're going to a bad team from the beginning. The only good thing about it is we had like 6 rookies that year. So we were having more fun, you know, off the court than we were on the court, which didn't allow us to pursue our dream and become better players.
You were putting up some good numbers in Milwaukee and then the deal to Boston. How much did that affect you?
It affected me a lot, especially, you know, always being the top guy, one of the leaders on the team. Before they drafted Glenn Robinson and Vin Baker, you know, I was the team's first lottery pick. So I just felt like it was my team to get better, and, you know, they brought the other guys in. It was just a business decision. You know, one of us had to go, and, you know, unfortunately they took me.
But it's a jolt of reality, isn't it? You know it's a business. You know you're getting paid to play, and it's your profession. But it still had the sting.
Yeah, it did. There was a lot of bad things that happened throughout that process. First of all, I went in like they'd been putting trade rumors in the paper for the last month or so. So I went in and talked to them, and I told them I just bought a house. I wanted to remodel, things like that. You know, if there was any kind of inclement that you might trade me, just let me know. It won't be personal. I just won't finish pursuing the house. You know, they gave me the okay to everything be fine. You know, $70,000, $80,000 worth of remodeling, and I was there like a week and got traded. So, you know, it was just a bad taste. Yeah, and they didn't tell me. They traded me on a Saturday night, I think it was. We had a Sunday afternoon game.
Right.
I showed up to the arena, got taped, had my uniform out there warming up, and one assistant coaches asked me, you know, what are you doing here?
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, they traded you last night.
They never told you?
Never told me until that time. And I went in, and I thought he was playing because he was a big jokester. So once I found out, yeah, I actually took my uniform off, went and put my clothes on, sat in the stands, and ended up watching the game.
Did it affect you on the court? Because there are some that would say, Todd, that the career was solid, but it should have been better. Should have been filled with all-star appearances. Did something like that affect you, or what was it that you think you didn't play maybe up to the expectations?
I think it was the losing and I blame it on not having a veteran around. You know, as
Somebody
a young guy, when you come in and they, you know, like, you know, they would tell you, the young fella, that's not the way to make it to the All-Star game. You know, hanging out, doing this, doing that. You need to get in the gym. Or a lot of them, the guys, when I got to Phoenix, even though I was an older player, I ended up with Phoenix, with Boston first, and then I went to Phoenix with Penny and Jason Kidd and Cliff Robinson and those guys. Even though I was kind of their age, they were telling me this is what you need to do to get your career back. And, you know, from then on, it kind of blossomed until I got hurt.
After your NBA career, you played overseas professionally. You played in the ABA. You played with the Globetrotters.
I did.
How long did you play with the Globetrotters for?
They were doing a college tour where they were going around playing the colleges. And I was in Phoenix, the actual Manny Jackson, the owner.
Right.
He lives in Phoenix. And so I was out there just playing ball, and he asked me, did I want to go on a tour? So I ended up going on a tour and playing a few games with him.
How was that experience?
It was great. It was great to see the guys. Those guys work hard. You know, they're not, I don't call them basketball players, they're entertainers, and they work hard at their craft. I mean, 8, 9 hours in the gym a day practicing half-court hook shots and things like that. So I give those guys a lot of respect.
When you finally hung it up, how hard was it?
I haven't hung them up yet. If I get the call right now, I'll try to get myself ready. I think as a player, you never want to give it up. I know that my time was up, but you know, if I get that call, I always feel like I can get in the gym.
You sound just like Penny.
Back.
Penny says the same thing. So have you been? Obviously you're in good shape. You still out there shooting before a practice or after a practice?
A little bit. I played the other day with Penny and those guys for the first time in a while, and I felt old. I told them that for the first time that I've ever played ball, I felt old just because I haven't been playing and keeping myself in the kind of shape. You know, I'm in shape enough to beat the kids, but when you get out there with me, and it's a different story.
From the NBA career, something that you would have changed?
Work ethic, you know, on things like being a pro, you know, just, I was always there on time. I always stayed late, but, you know, I may spend a lot of unproductive time. And I wouldn't let people label me as a shooter, which I should have just let them label me as a shooter and be known as a shooter. Or Ray Allen, you know, Ray Allen was a lot more than a shooter during his career, but now he's known as a shooter. I fought the stigma of, you know, letting them label me, and I wanted to be just a player. And sometimes you just have to take what they give you.
Yeah, they obviously they typecast you in that role. Todd, we'd like to end our interviews with something we call 5 for the Road. 5 questions, first thing that comes to mind, quick answers as we wrap it up.
Right.
Your favorite professional team? Any league?
Chicago Cubs.
Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, I've been a
long-suffering Cubs fan, huh?
Long-suffering.
How about growing up, your favorite professional athlete?
Walter Payton.
Sweetness.
Sweetness.
What's the Chicago connection?
I was born in Decatur, Illinois.
You were born in Decatur,
yeah,
okay.
And so WGN was the only channel we could get on the TV.
Superstation.
Yeah, so we got to watch a lot of.
Favorite musician, group? What music do you like? What do you listen to?
Listen a little bit of every favorite.
Something that stands out.
Man, I got a lot of them.
Give me one. How about a genre? What type of music?
I'm a rap kid.
You like the rap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jay-Z would probably be my favorite.
Jay-Z's excellent. Favorite movie of all time?
Shawshank Redemption.
Great movie. Final question for you. I'll get you off the hot seat.
All right.
Favorite television show of all time?
Greg Gaston Show.
Sports Files, right?
Sports Files.
That's a great answer.
Great answer.
Todd, thank you
very
so
much for having me.
We really appreciate it. Best of luck. I know MAHS has a chance to maybe go to the city championship.
Yeah, it'll be great for
And
our
we'll
school.
be looking out for you, Todd, down the road here. Maybe getting that college gig sooner than later.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We'll take a break. When we come back, time for overtime. There were many who felt the sport of MMA would come and go, that it was a fad that would burn out in due time. But mixed martial arts is not going anywhere. In fact, it continues to grow and has become a lot more mainstream than anyone had ever imagined. And on any given day, you can check out Memphis Judo and Jiu-Jitsu and see people working on their skills. But not just fighters working on their disciplines, such as wrestling, boxing, judo, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's also about getting fit. And that's why kickboxing has become so popular. It's a great workout. And recently I learned more about the sport of kickboxing with the owner of Memphis Judo and Jiu-Jitsu, Dave Ferguson. All right, Dave, who do we got with us today?
We got Jeremy Murphy, also known as Murph. He is an amazing kickboxer. Muay Thai kickboxing is really his strong suit. And as you can see, he's throwing everything in the book: punches, knees, kicks, elbows. Yeah, Muay Thai kickboxing.
Let's talk about some of these specific moves. What are we saying?
He's doing a lot of different things. Some kicks to the midsection, a teep kick, which is just kind of offset the balance of your opponent. Jabs, elbows, all kinds of different elbows. Uppercut elbows, over the top elbows, straight right, hook to the body. So it's got a lot of elements of boxing in it as well. So yeah, he's just doing a vast combination of all kinds of different kicks and punches and elbows and knees.
We know the importance of kickboxing for fighters and mixed martial arts, but also fitness. It's a craze. People want to get into kickboxing. It's very popular among women as well, children. Why is it so essential, kickboxing, to make them a more well-rounded human being from a physical standpoint?
Yeah, well, you know, the concept of kickboxing and Muay Thai in specific it's called the art of 8 limbs. So it means you're using all your weapons: punches, kicks, knees, elbows. Okay, that's where it comes from. Your elbows, your punches, your kicks, your knees. It's a full body workout. You're working everything. So you're working your lower body, your upper body. You're working your core a lot, which is very important to a lot of people now to get in shape, is working their core. Also to prevent a lot of injuries with your lower back and stuff, people work on the core. Kickboxing provides all of that. And not only that, but it's great self-defense as well.
How long will Murph do a workout for? He's obviously a professional, terrific fighter. How long will a workout kickboxing go?
It just depends. For somebody who is just doing it for fitness, working out, normally 45 minutes to an hour is perfect. You can burn up to 1,000 calories in a kickboxing workout, and it's designed for anybody of any fitness level. Now, if he's getting ready for a fight coming up to use kickboxing, he could train for 2, 3, 4 hours, you know, one day to get ready for a fight.
Dave, does the leg or the hands do more damage?
Legs. Definitely the legs, especially for Muay Thai kickboxing. They use their shins. So when they throw a kick, they're laying their shin into somebody, and that creates a lot of damage. You know, you can create a lot more power from your legs with your hip movement and your whole body than you can from just a punch.
From a fighting standpoint, mixed martial arts, what is legal, what is illegal
as far as kickboxing moves?
Everything is legal. Everything is legal in professional mixed martial arts. They can throw elbows, knees, kicks, punches, and this is why Muay Thai kickboxing fits so well into the sport of mixed martial arts, because it is so open. You can do anything, which is really what mixed martial arts is about, being able to use every technique you have.
All right, kickboxing, when did it come to the United States? I know it started overseas many, many years ago, but when did it become a fad here in the U.S.?
It really became, I guess, big in the U.S. once mixed martial arts started to take hold in the early 90s, mid-90s. But Muay Thai, kickboxing specific, made its way here to the United States in '85. Previous to that, it came out of Thailand, and it started back in the 20s in Thailand. And as a great self-defense art, something that kept everybody out of trouble, kept a lot of people in shape, and then it finally made its way here, and now it's huge.
Running, calisthenics, kickboxing, different ways to get in shape. What is your preference? Do you think kickboxing is the best workout you can get?
Absolutely. Kickboxing is absolutely the best workout you can get for anybody of any age, of any fitness level. It doesn't matter, because you can go at your own pace. And what that means is basically when you're working a bag and you're being coached a little bit on moves to do, you just do them, but you do them slowly, or you do them quickly, or you do them intensely, based on what your fitness level is. And as you get in better shape, you can start to amp it up more and more and more. But the point is, with kickboxing, it's a full body workout. You're using your entire body, and that's the real key to getting in shape fast.
When you are training fighters and you have everything here at Memphis BJJ, how important is it? You talked about well-rounded for just a person trying to be in shape, but how about for fighting? How important, or is there a more emphasis on the boxing and the kicking aspect as opposed to the grappling on the ground? Does it have to be all equivalent?
It all has to be equal. It's all extremely important, because in the sport of mixed martial arts, if you have a weakness, it'll be exposed. You get taken to the ground by somebody who's good on the ground and you haven't worked the ground as well as you should have, you'll get submitted. If you haven't worked your Muay Thai kickboxing as well as you should have, then you're going to probably get knocked out or hurt. So you have to know everything, absolutely everything. But I would say Muay Thai kickboxing is one, in my opinion, of the top 3 martial arts you have to know to be an effective mixed martial arts fighter. Other 2 would be in wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
All right, let's get back to Murph. He doesn't seem to be tiring at all. What's he doing right now?
Those little kicks he's using here to the bottom of the bag, do those kicks again for me, Murph. Yeah, those little kicks he'll do here, they're called teep kicks, okay? And you can use the front push kick, as it also is known, to any part of the body. You can go to the stomach, you can go to the chest, you can teep to the head, you can teep to the knees also. So that one little kick you can throw in all ranges. It keeps a guy back, it hurts the guy also, takes the wind out of him. So a very effective technique with the teep kick.
So it's really keeping your opponent at bay, and then you can go in with other strikes. You're keeping him away from you?
Absolutely, absolutely. And distance is a big thing in kickboxing. Sometimes you want to fight in close, sometimes you want to fight far away. And that teep kick, Murph, can you show that teep kick again? That's your guide to find your distance. How far away you want your opponent to be, how close you maybe want him to be in, and also to hurt him. I mean, a good, solid, straight thrust kick like that to the stomach will take the wind out of you real quick.
So kickboxing, not all about the offensive, it's also defensive in a way that
yes.
you can use it for defensive strategy, right?
Absolutely you can. Absolutely you can. Yeah, and there's a variety of different kicks you can use also. Not just that teep kick, but show a round kick. As I was talking about earlier, with Muay Thai kickboxing, you asked me what is the most damaging weapon, punches, kicks, whatever. It's this low kick. This is the most damaging thing you can do to your opponent. Use your shin, the very bottom of your shin, which is a very, very hard part of your body, and you can kick all areas of the body with that round kick. You can go to the legs, you can go to the midsection, which will break a rib.
Right.
You can kick somebody in the head, obviously, and knock them out. A very powerful weapon is this round kick, and this is something that anybody can do. Anybody can do this.
Dave, final question for you. How young, if parents are watching this and they want to start their children in the kickboxing to become competitive, not just to stay in shape, because more than likely the kids are in shape, how young would you suggest them starting at?
We start kids in kickboxing here at 8 years old. And it's fun for the kids. The kids love to play. They love to punch and kick and learn new moves. They like to be challenged also. So 8 years old is where we start them. I would say to get them in the ring, maybe a little bit older as they get to be teenagers, we can do that. But starting off at 8 years old, it's great. They love it.
Dave, thank you so much. I
thank you.
appreciate it. Murph, thank you. I'm exhausted. I don't know about you folks.
I grew up an hour away from Philadelphia and quickly learned to love the Phillies. I can only imagine how I'd feel if Hall of Famers Mike Schmidt or Steve Carlton had recently passed away. Last weekend, a couple of fellow Hall of Famers did perish. The colorful former manager of the Orioles, Earl Weaver, and the great Cardinals, Stan the Man Musial. I only bring up my connection to the Phillies to illustrate how it must feel for Cardinals fans, many of which call the Mid-South home. Musial won 3 MVP awards, 7 National League batting titles, and led the team to 3 World Series titles in the 40s. He finished a remarkable career with a .331 batting average and 475 homers. And more importantly to Cardinals fans, all 22 of his big league seasons were spent in a Cardinals uniform. We salute Stan the Man, perhaps the most unsung Hall of Famer of all time. And that'll do it for us. Next week will be our big Super Bowl show featuring several former players who participated in the big game. And remember, to see any of our previous shows, head to our website at WKNO.org and click on KNO Tonight. And we'll see you next time.